Hi, my name is Adam Bergeron, and if you're watching this, you probably know me as the Bitter IT Guy. And I don't normally do videos like this, where I'm actually talking to you guys, but I've got a few changes that are coming to the channel, and I wanted to talk about it and give everyone an explanation. For those who don't want to watch the whole video, the short version is the Bitter IT Guy branding is going to go away, and I'm actually going to change to a new brand called Comedy Cheat Codes. I'm gonna expand some of the topics, so instead of just focusing on IT or computers and stuff like that, I'm just gonna have a wider range of skits. I mean, it'll still be the same kinds of videos, same kind of humor, it's just, you know, broader subject matter. If that's all you wanted to know, great, and I'll see you on the next video. For anyone else who wants, a longer explanation, I can kind of tell you a little bit about myself and why I'm making this change. I grew up as a military brat, traveled all over the world. I went to high school and college in North Carolina, graduated from UNC Chapel Hill, and I moved out to Los Angeles in 2005 to pursue a career in acting. I've been acting all of my life. I did plays when I was a little kid. I used to live in Korea, and I was on an educational, little kids show, kind of like Sesame Street, that taught Korean kids how to speak English.
It's not a wolf, it's the wind. Here, have some water.
I don't like water.
I did all the school plays, all sorts of stuff like that. When I was in college, we had, student television.
Mom, let's not forget what we're talking about here, okay? I saw a robot.
And then I've been writing all my life too. I wrote a play after a one-man show after I got out of college.
By 12:30, we're drunkenly discussing the origins of Captain Morgan. And by 1 a.m., I've discovered she has a Chinese symbol tattooed right above her butt.
But I really didn't start writing full-time for a few years after that. So I got into computers during college. I had a friend who lived right down the hall in the dorm, and he was very computer savvy. I had gotten my first computer, because it was always the family computer. I got my first computer when I went to college. I wanted to do stuff with it. I wanted to run emulators. I wanted to learn how to use Premiere and all this kind of stuff. I'd get in there and go, requires a certain amount of RAM, and then find out, I've got to upgrade my RAM. Okay, how do I do that? And so it just kept kind of piling on as how I got more and more involved with computers. Learning to burn Dreamcast games, pirated Dreamcast games, was a big motivator for getting a better understanding of computers. He worked for the housing department. He did IT for the housing department, and he was gonna move to work for the campus as a whole. And so he suggested me for the job, and that was my first job doing IT, is I managed the labs in the dorms. So I would go down and sit there, and if somebody had a problem, I'd go help them out. I went to UNC Charlotte originally and then transferred to Chapel Hill. When I went to Chapel Hill, I got a student job working for the computer science department doing IT specifically for them. I never wanted to have a career in IT. I liked computers. I didn't want to pursue it as a full-time career. Graduated from college, wasn't sure what I wanted to do. Tried a few things. I kept working at the computer science department, and then when I finally wrote and acted in my one-man show, and I got really great response from it, and I was like, okay, this is for sure what I want to do. And so I moved out to LA in 2005. LA is expensive. So I started off doing extra work and anything I could do for money. Pretty quickly I got connected with some people that they needed help doing IT stuff, and of course that pays much better hourly than it does than extra work or anything else. So I was doing IT freelance, and that was really great because at the time I was pursuing a career in acting.
Professionals at Foamtex helped me increase the value of this investment by nearly 20%. Even I can't believe it's foam.
I actually got to be a co-star. I have a co-star role. I got a line on a NBC show called Chuck. That was really fun. I mean, yes, it was only one line, but it's really cool to, be on national TV and break a fish.
Given to me.
Find your own freaking fish.
You fool! Norman!
But I really liked that and knew that's what I wanted to do. And then the economy dropped out. I basically had one choice, was stay in LA and do IT full time or move. So I decided to do IT full time.
Hello, this is Tech Support. How can I help you?
And it wasn't my choice, especially because that caused me to give up acting. You can't work a full-time job and make auditions and certainly not make anything if you actually book something. And so I did that for a long time. I did that for nearly a decade. Almost about a year ago, I finally got to a point where I was able to leave IT completely and start pursuing a career writing and acting. I started writing every day when I was working in IT. I've written a bunch of pilots, a bunch of screenplays. The first 3 screenplays I wrote was actually a Legend of Zelda trilogy, which is awesome. No one will ever make it, but it was fun. It was really cool to do. A lot of my other pilots that I've written are sci-fi stuff, some fantasy stuff. I actually have a workplace comedy called Tech Support, which is, it follows a guy who's running an IT company, and he's got a bunch of employees that are misfits, and he has problems with any of the clients and stuff like that.
And then I changed the name from new Microsoft Word document to the project name, then space, then the date.
The reason I tell you guys about all this is, you know, as I've been leaving IT as a profession, you know, I've been wanting to I still want to make videos. I love doing this. It's so awesome to be able to sit here in my living room and make videos and send them out into the world and have so many people like them and subscribe and all that. It's really, really cool. So I want to keep doing that, but I'd like to expand some of the content, you know, and they're going to be the same kind of videos. That's not to say I'm never going to do any other skits that are based on IT. I mean, I'd like to do some more of the IT Guys Log, the Star Trek videos in the future, but you know, most of my stuff now, I want to just try and do some other things. Again, I'm so grateful for everyone that's watched the channel so far, everyone that's subscribed. Like I said, the channel's going to be called Comedy Cheat Codes. I just kind of liked how that sounded. I like the 3 C's, and I wanted something that in the name people would know, like, oh, it's comedic. I wanted something that felt a little retro and a little nerdy without being too nerdy. Again, I really appreciate everyone watching this and watching the rest of my channel, and I hope to continue to make everybody laugh in the future. So, see you later.